As you can see, my ITR has been filed successfully and the refund is awaited. Every single year, I file my taxes without fail. And you can see here, this is for the assessment year 2022-23. I got the acknowledgement and all the process was done in time. For the 23-24, you can see here, I also got a credit to my bank account and the date is shown here, filed by self. And this is for 24-25 assessment year, successfully e-verified. I'm making this video a little late because I did not have time to go ahead and file the tax much in advance. What I've seen is it's simple, straightforward. So you'll get to see that in video how I have done, and that should give you some idea of how the filing happens. So there are certain conditions under which you file for ITR2. In depth, the details are given in the Income Tax Department website. I'm sharing the link for you to go and check that out. And I encourage you to check that out before you go and file your taxes. And I'm no financial advisor or a financial expert. I'm sharing what I have done. And in my case, when I moved out of India, I became a non-resident Indian and I was having a NRO and NRE account. I made a video on that. You cannot be holding a saving bank account once you are outside India and you meet the NRI status requirement. Under that condition, I was filing my ITR2, and once I became overseas citizen of India. Again, if you don't know the difference between NRI and overseas citizen of India, I made a separate video. Basically, a foreign national with a overseas citizen of India card. Even then, I file my taxes and keep that updated. This way, I always remain compliant. I don't have to think too much. Even if I have to go and stay in India long term, I know that I have done all the right documentation and also get refund from time to time by doing these filings. So this is the income tax website. The link again will be there in the description, and you need to first register if you have not done. For you to register, let me click here. It's a 4-step process. You need to have your PAN. Once you have your PAN, you fill in all your details, you verify, and then secure your account. So I've already done that, and hence let me go back, click login. You log in using either PAN, Aadhaar, and you also have a net banking option. So enter my detail, continue, and then you confirm your secure access message. Whatever you have entered, that gets shown, and then you enter the password. Then continue. Here on this assessment year, you select the current assessment year, not done filing for previous year, then you have these options. So this 2024-25 assessment year, this is for the financial year 23-24. So that is the tax filing you're doing for the assessment year 24-25. So once you select this, select mode of filing. I'm doing online, so I'll click online, then continue. Here start new filing, and then in my case, I'm selecting individual and continue. This is the section where you have to choose the ITR form. So I'm choosing ITR 2 and I showed you the reason and start. Select ITR 2, proceed with ITR 2. So here you get this message. New tax regime is the default regime. Say OK. And then there's a 3-step process which you have to do. Validate your return, the breakup pre-filled, confirm your return summary, and then verify and submit your return. Let's get started. Here you'll have to choose your reason to file the taxes, and I'm choosing this. You can go through the remaining one. In my case, it is others, and then continue. So we are here on select schedule section. So previously I had done my filing. By default, the same things are getting shown here. Now, if you are doing it for the first time, you can add these schedules depending on what your circumstances is. So here you see by default, general, income, deduction, tax, others. This is getting shown in my case. Know about tax deducted. You can come to this AIS. Once you click here, you come to annual information system, proceed. Once you click here, this page opens. Here AIS, once you click here, this is your taxpayer information summary. So once you click here on this page, you have your financial year. This is the drop down. Once you click, you can go through each of this financial year. Once you come down, you see receipt of foreign remittance. Here details are shown. You can also click here, and here again you'll be able to see your TDS and TCS information here. We come down, here the remittance amount will be shown. Similarly, you can come to e-file, income tax return, and view form 26 AS. Here you will be able to get again the same information. Coming back to this page, here once we come down, so you get these options. This by default in my case is hidden because these are pre-filled details. These are the ones which will have to be checked. So part A general is already selected. I keep as it is. Schedule 5A is not applicable. Portuguese Civil Code is not applicable in my case. So I'll continue keeping this part A general. Once you click continue, you get this note where it says some of the schedules are enabled, disabled based on information provided by the taxpayer. So I'm good with what is selected and I click continue. Proceed to schedule question. You have selected 15 schedule. Based on your selection, please answer few which will help you to fill these schedules. So click here. You can skip this part, but it's always good to click here. Continue. By default, the new tax regime is the default tax regime. In case you want to opt out of the new tax regime, that is from default no. If you want to come to yes, then you select this. In my case, I'm keeping as it is. That is the new tax regime, and I'm keeping this as no, and then continue. In this schedule question, you'll have to choose these answers and responses carefully. Salary exemption, in my case, I don't get any salary in India, so I'm not eligible for any claim. So the response is no. If you have any salary coming into your India account, then you'll have to choose your response accordingly. And are you eligible to claim exemption in respect of transport allowance? In my case, no. Are you eligible to claim any other exemption from salary income? Responses. Then continue. Again, I don't have any deduction for ATCCD, so my response is no. And then continue. So here it says it is pre-filled based on the information available on e-filing. There may be situation where such information may not be complete. So go through this and you can verify a record using AIS, TIS before finishing your ITR. So once you go through this and click OK, we will start validating this return one by one, what you see here, and provide confirmation. So to do that, let's click here, provide your confirmation. We come to this section. Before we proceed about this section, I just wanted to update that in my case, my bank account, that is the NRO NRE account, is connected with Aadhaar and PAN, and all the seeding has happened. So I don't have to go and do any input externally. Everything is captured in the tax deducted at source location. So I don't have any rental income coming in. I don't have any investment which I'm holding in India. The ones which I had, I closed that pretty much ahead, even before I got my OCI. And as an NRI OCI, you have certain limitation of what you can hold, what you cannot hold. I'll not go into much specifics. So in all those cases, I was going as per what the book said. So all the information, all the deduction in my case is reflecting in the TDS section. So I don't have to go and manually input any other information. Everything is captured, and that makes the filing simpler. Even for the provident fund part, in case you have worked for minimum 5 years with a company and then you're withdrawing after some time, in that case, if you go through the EPFO website, you will see that you don't have to pay any tax on the money what you are withdrawing. However, if it is less than the 5 years period, in that case, the tax deduction at source happens automatically when you do the application, and that is the validation you will have to do when you are filing your taxes. So e-file would have all this information captured. If not, that is where you are validating if everything what has to be informed is present in the schedule or not. So with that, let's move ahead. Here in this section, you check the personal information and make sure everything is reflecting to the current situation. I will not go into this detail. Again, coming to the contact, that is your information that you need to check if it is updated or not. Then coming to the filing status, I'll go there. And you also check the bank detail where any money which has to be refunded will come back. So these validation you can do easy. When it comes to the filing status, once you click here, so since it's going to be the first time, return file on or before the due date. Once this is selected, you move to the next one, because when I'm making this video, it is more than the due date. This shows by default. Otherwise, this gets selected and then we go ahead further down. So this shows up based on the response what was given. Residential status in India, select non-resident. So I'm a non-resident. Conditions for residential status, select you were non-resident during the previous year. So even previous year, I was non-resident. So I'm selecting this. Please specify the jurisdiction of residence during the previous year. So you will select the country from this list, select Canada, and then taxpayer's identification number. This, you click here. If you have been allotted this number, you enter that. Otherwise, you enter the passport number along with name of the country in which the passport is issued. In case you have to add any other jurisdiction, you have this option. And here you see, in case you are a citizen of India or a person of Indian origin. So this is where the OCI comes. Please specify total period of stay in India during previous year, total period of stay in India during the 4 preceding year. So that number of days you will have to fill. Then come down. I had selected Portuguese Civil Code as no, and this is FPI is a foreign portfolio investor. In my case, it is no. Detail of representative SSC, because I am doing this entirely by myself. So the response here is no. Detail of directorship, I don't have any company. So the response is no. Come down. Detail of unlisted equity shares. So I have no shares, be it listed or unlisted, I have no share. So once this is done, save. So once all these 4 have been validated, personal information, contact, filing status, and bank detail, confirm. As you keep see this confirmation with this green tick, and if you want to modify this at any stage, you can do that. Then you come to the schedule salary. This is where the income detail will be shown. Click here. Here you can expand all and check the details. In my case, I have validated, and whatever entries had to be there, it is reflecting here as it is. So I'm all good. Once that is checked, click confirm. You see here, as you keep completing, you will keep saying this green tick and confirm, and as earlier, you can go and modify if required. Next, we will go to the schedule income from other sources. Once you click here, so you can expand and see in detail. In my case, whatever had to be deducted or whatever has to reflect seen here. So I'm all good. So we come down here in the net income section, the applicable rate is shown. Income from other sources, again, that is shown. There is no income from activity of owning and maintaining race horses. Income under the head, income from other source, again, that is shown. So once this is validated and confirmed, so in my case, I don't have any income for which I have to set losses. There are no past year losses, and then there are no losses that has to be carried forward, or detail of any income which is taxable at special rate. All this becomes confirmed, and also I don't hold any digital asset in Indian account, so it becomes that much simpler. In my case, I don't have any deduction under this schedule 6A. So again, this will be confirmed after going here. Just confirm. Then schedule AMTC here. Again, here I have nothing to report. Confirm. Then computation of total income. Again, once after clicking here, check all the entries. If it is reflecting so far, come down, further down, and then after checking, confirm. We come to the tax paid section where any tax deducted that shows will reflect. If deducted, in my case, it's all done. So I just need to provide confirmation by clicking here, and then I get to see all the deductions are reflecting here. So all I'm doing is check, recheck, cross check. Once that is done, confirm. Then we come to the counter tax on total income. Once we click here, I validated all the entries and check nothing is missing here. Come down, and then it showed the tax paid, amount payable in my case is 0, and then I'm also getting a refund. So once that was done, preview return. This page, preview and submit your return. You tick this option, check the details. And since this has been prepared by me, I'm selecting cell and then the PAN account number. Again, check, recheck, cross check. Then place, you will see instead of name of the place, it will have a IP address because we are doing digitally online. So that I'm not touching. And then date, it will automatically show the date when you're filing. Once this is done, come down. This section I'm leaving as it is because it is self-prepared. If it is prepared by somebody else, then that detail goes here and proceed to preview. This is the section where you will preview and submit your return. Whatever entry has been made so far, the same thing reflects here in all the schedule. And once you have gone through entirely, you proceed to validation. Here once the validation is done, you proceed to verify. Here you can e-verify using the Aadhaar OTP. That's the easiest and simplest. You have other options, but I always do an instant one. So once e-verify is selected, you have this option. How do you want to e-verify? I would like to verify using OTP that I would be selecting, and you have other options too. So once that is done and continue, I agree with Aadhaar detail. You get a OTP which you enter submit, and this is the successfully filed and verified your return page. So you can download the receipt and your filing is done. Friends, do check out my website canadatriedandtested.com, which I keep updating from time to time. And as you can see, I have organized everything in a way easy for you to find based on the topic of your interest, be it business, be it Canadian citizenship, and anything and everything what you would be interested in. Baby related, immigration tools, anything related to Mississauga, Toronto, personal finance, or even saving. So don't forget to check out the website. This will be quite useful in your search.